Kris Krohn here on Limitless TV, and today I'm talking about how I retired at the ripe old age of 26. There were some very specific things that I did and some thinking that I changed, and I got a couple extra bonuses for you right at the end to make sure I give you maximum value today. What's the dream of most people? How to retire young. Let's talk about how you would take early retirement. And before we can really give you the new rules for creating wealth and riches, we got to back up for a little bit and just talk about why society is in the rut that it is in. Society has taught us that what we need to be doing is putting money in 401ks, be putting money in IRAs. We've got to take our money, we got to pay off our debts, and we got to take our money and we've got to pay down our houses. And you know what? Those all sound like really good pieces of advice. That's what my parents told me growing up. Stay out of debt. If you need to go in debt, only do it for school or for good reasons. The problem is that the average American makes $44,000 a year. And if you have a combined income, or if you're married, and even if you have a $60,000 or $70,000 a year income, look at how much money that adds up to in a 30 or 40-year working life. And the reality is this. The average person does not even set hundreds of thousands of dollars aside for retirement. But even if they did, if you got accustomed to a lifestyle of $70,000 a year and could even peel it back to $50,000 a year, then that means at retirement, you need 50 grand every year. Well, how many years are you going to live? If you live 10, 20, and many of us 30 years after retirement, you're going to need a couple $1 million. And can the average person save a couple $1 million in a working life? The plan is broken. It's busted. It doesn't work. And you don't even want to get me started on 401ks and IRAs. I mean, what? Give my money to somebody else. I can't touch it. Bam, slap on the wrist. It doesn't pay me a residual income, so it doesn't even pay me. It's a speculative investment. Friends, our society's plan is really messed up. You cannot trust society to create retirement for you. You can't trust most employers to put a pension in place for you, which means you got to have an upgraded plan. And friends, that's what I love about my personal rules that I'm sharing with you today for creating wealth, for doing real estate, for doing investments. Because if you don't get outside the box and you follow society's plan, and believe me, all your neighbors and parents and friends are telling you that what you got to be doing is putting your money in 401ks, IRAs, paying off that debt, and thinking it's going to work. And here's the real math. Let's say for a moment that you actually set aside $1 million and you're thinking, I'm a millionaire. I'm feeling pretty dang good about myself. Retirement has got to look juicy. So you take it to your financial planner. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to say, we need to annuitize that. Let's put it in the markets. And we're really good at making sure that you can at least get a guaranteed 3%, maybe 4%. Let's go with 3. What's 3% of $1 million? That's $30,000. That's like $2,600 a month. Let me ask you, when you were envisioning retiring, was it on $2,600 a month? Friends, that's not going to allow you to visit grandchildren. That's not going to allow you to travel much. That's not going to allow you to do a lot of anything except maybe even require that you go back to work and get a job. Society is not set up to help the average American get where they want to go. And if you're watching this video, it might be because you're looking for new rules of how you can retire early. And some of you can start investing in your 20s. But some of you are watching this in your 60s, and I'm going to share with you a solution right now that can help compress a lifetime of working into a short 5 or 10 year period of time. So how do you take early retirement? If you want to retire early, you need a different plan. We talked about the plan that isn't working. There are 2 things I want you to put on your brand new retirement plan with the new rules for creating wealth. And the new rules look like this. Number 1, you got to be investing in business. And number 2, you need to invest in real estate. So society's going to say, set your money aside, 401k, and know that yes, they're going to tempt you with a seductive match. But who cares if you can't touch the money for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? The money is useful today in opportunity cost. It is not useful tomorrow. I was in college and they taught this principle of opportunity cost, and I had a hard time getting it into my thick head for the first month. And I had to sit down with the TA several times until I got it. Every choice I'm making, what is the next best choice I'm foregoing? I'm putting money in my 401k. I'm doing it because they're giving me a match and I think that's good. But what am I missing out on by making this choice? Well, I'll tell you. Your 401k does not pay you and you can't really access it. And if you take a loan out, they're going to want it paid back in 5 years. So they're going to give you a crazy high payment in paying yourself back. Instead, I would rather not get the match. Why? Because my money's free. And my money needs to be free to work for me when? It needs to be free to work for me today. Because some of you might need to work a few years to set aside $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. And the plan is simple. That amount of money needs to go to work for you. It's not working for you in a 401k as hard as it could be. It's not working hard enough for you in an IRA as hard as it needs to be. It's not working as hard as for you in your home equity as it has to be. Why? Because we already talked about it, friends. A lifetime of savings doesn't get you where you want to be. But a little bit of money saved up and put into a property purchased with a 10 or 20% discount or producing 10, 20, 30% annual ROI, is your IRA producing you 20%? Because my investments do. Is your 401k producing that? Is your stock market doing that? They're not. And your financial planners will say, don't listen to Kris Krohn. He crazy. You sent that video. Do not follow that man's word, because they earn all of their livelihood based on a broken financial system that, yeah, their merit will be, we're growing your money. Great. But is it growing to what you need? And the answer is no. So you save that little bit of money, and if you've got an idea, a business to invest in, there's risk. If you put it in real estate, there's risk. But now at least there lies the possibility for it to become what you need it to. These are the two rules I'm sharing with you today where your money needs to go. You need to invest in business and you need to invest in real estate because they break the mold of a 3, 4, 5, or a 10% return. They hold the possibility of so much more. I was just sitting here with my friend Marianne, the novelist, telling me that, yeah, Kris, 3 years ago you helped me buy that house and that house has gone up $100,000 in value. Do you know how much money she put out to make that happen? $8,000. Can you imagine trading $8,000 for that kind of equity? Now, she had a partner on it, so $50,000 of that is hers. Maybe after selling, it's only $40,000. But in 3 years, $8,000 becoming $40,000 plus all that cash flow winds up being 150% a year on her money, not 3. In 3 years, she could have put that $8,000 in a CD, 401k, or IRA, and you know what she would have done? She would have made hundreds of dollars, not tens of thousands of dollars. So friends, new rules for getting rich. The safest thing to do is to not put it under the mattress. The safest thing to do is to carefully consider and weigh out your options and put it out there. And if you're wanting to know what are those options and do they exist, hit the link below and let my team be in touch with you to show you the deals that we're doing. My friend Annette just sat down with me. She said, Kris, I started finally after 7 years listening to you 2 years ago, and my little bit of money made $100,000. And now I'm 1031 exchanging it into 3 deals. And I'm helping her buy a house in North Carolina, 2 in Florida. And these 3 houses range between 20 and 30% annual ROI. That, my friends, you don't need a lifetime of compounding to get you retired. That you can do in much less time. Whatever your plan is, your rules for creating security and wealth need to include the realm of possibility, a reality where your dreams can come true and retirement happens the way you want. You want to retire early? Then break the mold of what you know to be not working and step out into the world of possibility where it has a chance. Thank you so much for watching today's video. In the link below, you can get some information on my upcoming Limitless Wealth Intensive, request some information on those dates, and I'll make sure I give you a special guest pass with discounted ticket so we can spend 3 days together getting super concrete on your 4-year retirement plan.